So, the Vape Expo has basically just gone like that to the entire industry. Yeah, that is what they're doing. They are going like that to the entire industry because they put up this. In fact, let me pull it up. I'm going to read this to you because I've been saying in my videos, right? I'm not putting it on the screen yet. I'll wait until I've talked a little bit more first. I've been saying in my videos how excited I am for the October Expo. The one I went to in May was my first one ever, and I really enjoyed myself. I loved that expo. It's my first one I've ever been to, and I really enjoyed myself. The videos are on my channel. You can go back and watch my vlogs of the expo. I had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. And I was really looking forward to the October Expo. Really excited about it. And this is how excited I was, right? Because I've mentioned on this channel before that my wife is Greek and she comes from the island of Corfu. And she was looking for a holiday to go back to Corfu and see her family. And the only dates available were the week, or the only dates that she could get off work, was the week of the expo. And this is how excited I was. I chose to stay here in England and go to the expo instead of going to Corfu to see my in-laws, which I would have loved to do. But she's already booked it. She's already paid for it. She's going on her own. I can't go with her now because the same tickets are not available in a price that I can afford. So I'm now sat at home doing fuck all. Let me read this out to you. I'll finally get it on the screen. I'll finally put it up here, right? And I'll read this to you as well, right? Important announcement. The Vaper Expo UK have announced a change to our upcoming schedule. Following discussions with our exhibitors and industry partners, I'll come to that, we can confirm that the October 2025 show will be postponed. I'll come to that as well. With the next event now set to take place on the 8th to the 10th of May 2026. All bookings and visitor tickets purchased for October 2025 will automatically roll over and remain valid for May 2026. I'll come to that as well. So we've read 2 paragraphs of this graphic, and I already have 3 things to pull them up on, okay? Because I've not just read this and turned my camera on. I saw red and I've actually researched, I've looked into this. 2 paragraphs, 3 things already. This decision reflects clear feedback from the industry that the UK market is best served by one major annual expo. I'll come to that as well. 4 points. By focusing all of our efforts on May, we can deliver a bigger, busier and more impactful event, bringing together more exhibitors, buyers and consumers under one roof. Haven't really got a point on that one. That bit's fine. And then in the bottom, in speech marks, the Vaper Expo UK has always been about creating the best possible platform for growth, visibility and connections. By putting our energy into May 2026, we can ensure the event delivers the scale, the buzz and the results that both brands and visitors expect. I'm ranting about the Vaper Expo here either. I've got a few other things I need to talk about. I'll get to them. It's going to be a long video, this one. I've got a lot to cover. I've got a lot to get off my chest and rant about here. So settle in. Settle in. Right, so point number one, what I've just mentioned, right? Following discussions with our exhibitors and industry partners. I'm going to show you a graphic now. It's not a graphic, it's a screenshot of a message I had. This because I'm talking directly to the organisers of this. But by the way, the organiser of the Vaper Expo is a company called Forward Events. That's the company what runs the Vaper Expo. And I'm in direct communication with them, or trying to be. And I do get one or two messages back. Here is a message. On Monday, they told me that I was on the press pass list. On Monday. On the Tuesday, they cancelled the expo. So one day before they cancel it, they tell me that I'm on the press pass list for the October Expo, and they cancel it the very next day. Now, if you was talking to industry partners, I'm a reviewer. I've reviewed and vlogged your May Expo. So why not be honest with me up front, and why not tell me on the Monday you're not on the press pass list because the event has been cancelled? Why lie to me and tell me I'm on it only to cancel it the next day? And there's still some more messages after that as well. These messages, which have gone unread. They haven't even replied to me. They've just left me unread. Because of what they are, they don't send read receipts, but I know that they receive the messages because I know them. And they've just completely ignored me. And I'll get to that second message in a bit as well, because there's something else going on as well. But yeah, I am technically an industry partner. I review the industry. I talk about the industry. That's what I do. I'm heavily involved in the industry. I work with Lost Mary. I work with Hayati. I work with several other brands. I don't work with them, but I have a relationship with them. So I'm kind of an industry partner. I heard nothing about you being cancelled. I found out on a Facebook post. Anyway, let's carry on. The October 2025 show will be postponed. Postponed. This is my second point. It has not been postponed. It has been straight up cancelled. Just done. Gone. Cancelled. It's not postponed at all, because the dates what they're giving in May, the 8th to the 10th of May, were already booked. They were already there. You can find this out yourself by just going onto the Birmingham NEC website, because the May Expo was listed a week ago. A week ago. And then you cancel the October one? No, you postpone the October one until May, when May was already booked. So you haven't postponed October, you've cancelled October. The next bit, right? The all bookings and visitor tickets purchased for October 2025 will automatically roll over and remain valid for May. Wrong! I mean, if you purchased a ticket to get into the expo, yes, that is rolling over. If you are a vendor or an exhibitor, that rolls over if you've already booked it. If, however, you have paid for the parking, like I have, for the October Expo, guess what happens to that? You ain't getting that back. It's not getting refunded. It's not rolling over. You've lost the money. And how do I know you've lost the money? Because I've lost the money. So the actual ticket for the expo itself will roll over if you're a visitor. Your parking doesn't. You've paid out 40, 50 quid for the parking. You ain't getting that back. You've lost that money. And there's fuck all you can do about it. Because it's non-refundable. And it's non-transferable. By the time parking comes up for the October Expo, for the May Expo, sorry, the October one would have been and gone. So you cannot transfer it to the May one because the May one's not listed as a parking option yet. There's nothing you can do. You've lost that money. Yeah. Moving on to the next bit, what I want to pull up here. This decision reflects clear feedback from the industry that the UK market is best served by one major annual expo. Okay, I can understand that a little bit. But from talking to other reviewers and hearing what other reviewers have said about this, the October Expo was always the expo. It was bigger, better, louder, whatever else. I can't say for definite because I've never been one. This would have been my first October Expo. I'm going off the experience of other reviewers who have been to the October Expo in previous years. And they all say that the October one was better. But I can kind of see why, because I can kind of see why they've cancelled the October Expo, because if you look around the world in September and October, there are a lot of vape expos going on over them 2 months. So I can kind of understand. What else was I wanted to pull up? Oh yeah, discussions with our exhibitors and industry partners. I might have some insider knowledge for you here as well from one of the big brands. So I've heard a few things from the Ohm Zone. The Ohm Zone were not consulted at all. They were not spoken to. So all your little like manufacturers in the Ohm Zone, they had no idea. They were completely blindsided by the cancellation. They were clueless. And I've reached out to one of the big players in the disposable big puff pod kit refillable markets. Very big player who had a very, very big stand at the May Expo. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to cause trouble. But they've told me that even they were not told about it being cancelled. Because I'm in direct communication with them. I have a very nice young lady called Judy who works for this company, and I'm in regular contact with her about the latest products that this brand is bringing out. And I reached out to her when I found out it was cancelled. I was like, well, do you know about this? And she's like, we didn't know anything until we saw it on Instagram. So this big brand who had a massive stand at the May Expo, right in the middle, had no idea that the expo had been cancelled. They found out from an Instagram post. I mean, it beggars belief. It really does beg a belief. And if you want to know who the brand is, they're a very, very big brand. Very, very big brand. I may or may not be giving a hint. Very big brand. Yeah. Hope, very, very subtle hint there as to what this big brand was. And then I spoke to a second brand, which I don't think I actually have on my shelf at the minute. But there was a second brand I spoke to as well, which I also have regular communication with. In fact, no, I don't. I've got not got them on my shelf. The first brand is on the shelf. The first brand who told me they found it on Instagram. It's one of the ones on the shelf behind me. Yeah. Found out on fucking Instagram. And then the second brand what I spoke to, what I am also in regular contact with, they told me that they were not actually going to attend the October Expo. And the reason they gave me was they are attending another Vape Expo. I think they said in South Africa. They have one team what does all the expos, and they was attending one in South Africa that's around the same time, and they would not have been able to get back in time for the October Expo. Now, I'm kind of guessing that that is kind of maybe why this one's being cancelled, because if you go back and look at May, almost every single day, the Vaper Expo would post on Facebook, on Instagram, new exhibitor. And in the run up to it, in the run up to the May Expo, almost every day, brand new exhibitor. This time for October, I think they've done that 5 times, and the most recent one what I saw was WWF, the World Wildlife Fund. But that guy gets everywhere. He's in my vlog as well. If you go and look at him, I've attended a few expos now, that even ones that are not vape related, and he's been there. The exact same guy from WWF has been at every single expo I've been to. So of course he's going to be there. He's definitely there. Yeah, I think I've covered most of that, haven't I? Focusing efforts on May. Do you know what else is in May? Several other vape expos around the world. It's not the only one. It's the only one in the UK, but it's not the only one in the world. I can't remember what my other points were now. But let me pull up another graphic, right? And this is what really gets me. Because this, just loading it up so I can read it on here as well. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, this, the brand who told me they found out on Instagram, got an email after seeing it on Instagram, and this is the email what they were sent. Hi exhibitors, we want to share an important update with you about the Vaper Expo UK. Due to reasons outside our control, exhibitors were not booking with you. That's the reason. That's what I've gathered. They're not booking with you. And after speaking to many of our exhibitors and industry partners, you didn't speak to me. I'm an industry partner. And you didn't speak to the 2 industry partners or 2 exhibitors what I'm in regular contact with. You didn't speak to them. You did not speak to them either. We've made the tough decision to postpone, no, you cancelled, the October 25 show to May. Yeah, okay. And it goes through the same thing they've made public. This wasn't an easy decision, but the feedback has been consistent. The industry is asking for one major UK expo each year. Okay, I can kind of give you that one, maybe. What this means for you. So remember, this is the email sent to the exhibitors. Your booking is safe. All October 2025 stands and sponsorships will automatically roll over to May 2026. Rather than splitting the audience, you'll be part of one bigger, busier, and even more impactful show. Okay. Yeah, okay. These exhibitors, especially the guys in the Ohm Zone, right? I don't speak to anyone in the Ohm Zone myself personally, but I watch like Vaping with Vic, and I watch Vape Smarter, and I watch a few other guys. I know that people in the Ohm Zone, or the exhibitors and vendors who would usually be in the Ohm Zone, are thousands of pounds down, because we're 4 weeks away from when the expo should have been. They would have been buying stock, buying supplies, buying the banners and everything else what they need for the October Expo. And now they've lost all that money. Even me, as a reviewer, I've lost money because of this cancellation. And in fact, you know what? Let me pull up this other graphic here, right? I actually worked it all out. Let me flag this for you, right? My hotel, here we go. So my hotel was £289.82. The hotel parking was 30 quid, and my NEC parking was £41.85. A grand total of £361.67. That is what I personally paid already to go to the October Expo. And that is the amount of money that I have now lost because of them cancelling it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not asking or begging for money here. I'm just making a point. Because I am very, very fortunate enough that I can kind of absorb this loss without too much impact. I'm in a very fortunate position. But it's still a hell of a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money. Is that a little fly? Yeah, right. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot of money. £360 I have paid out. Guess how much I can get refunded? Just the hotel parking. 30 quid. So I am out of pocket £330, and I was just attending to be vlogging, to walk around and film my experience. I was not an exhibitor, I'm not a vendor, I'm not attending and setting anything up. That was the price I paid just to attend. Flies back. But yeah, just to attend. And I can only get back £30. So if someone like me has paid out the best part of £400 just to attend the expo, how much are the people who are actually how much are the vendors paying? How much are the exhibitors paying? How much are they losing? I don't want to think about it, because I'm willing to bet that it would be thousands of pounds. And let me tell you something as well, right? The stands, what these vendors and exhibitors go to, are not fucking cheap. They are not cheap at all. Because my company where I work for a day job recently also did an exhibition. My company exhibited at another expo called Chem UK. And our booth cost £4,000. It was a 3x3 metre square booth, and it cost us £4,000. Now, I'm not about me as a vapor, I'm on about my actual day job where I actually work. $4,000. And we didn't take anything electrical, but you have to pay for electric on top of that. You have to pay for water on top of that. I think you have to pay for water. Is it? Or is it just electric? It's one of them. But still, just a $4,000 flat fee for a 3x3 area. So I do not want to think how much money these little exhibitors in the home zone are losing because of this cancellation. It's a hell of a lot of money. A hell of a lot. And my heart goes out to them. It really does. I really do feel sorry for the people in the home zone. Not so much the big brands that take up the big bit in the middle of the expo, but the little tiny mom and pop guys, the guys who work for themselves. They're down thousands of pounds. $4,000 for a 3x3 stand. Then add on the cost of your banners, your stock, your supplies, anything else you need. You're looking at $6-7 easy. Easy. $10,000 upwards that these little companies in the home zone could have lost. So it wouldn't surprise me now if, come the May Expo, there won't be an home zone. Because I think this is going to massively shake the trust that everybody in the home zone had back in May 2025 had in Forward Events and the Vaper Expo. I don't think they'll come back. They would have lost at least $4,000 just on the stand. I don't think they'll come back. I don't think there'll be an home zone at the May one. I'm even questioning myself now whether there'll even be an expo in May at all. I'm properly expecting it for them to cancel the May one as well. I think the one expo I went to in May just gone, I kind of have this little voice in the back of my head that is just telling me that was the last Vape Expo UK ever. I have that in my head. I don't think there's going to be another one. Because this cancellation is going to destroy the trust that most brands have in it. The big brand who told me they found out on Instagram. The big brand. I'm not naming them, but I'm giving you subtle enough hints. Not what I'm holding. It's not what I'm holding. But subtle enough fucking hints as to what the brand is. Or who the brand is. Yeah. Found out on fucking Instagram. I mean, even myself, even I'm unsure. Because, like I said, I am now down £330. I mean, luckily, I booked with Travelodge. And Travelodge haven't been able to give me a refund, but they have allowed me to move my booking to the May Expo. But if that one gets cancelled, I'll lose the money because I can't get it refunded. The NEC parking, that's gone. I cannot get that back. I can cancel the booking for the NEC parking, but I cannot get a penny of that back. I cannot get my hotel fee, what I've paid out, back. I can only move it and hope and pray, even though I'm not religious and I don't believe in a God, that the May one doesn't get cancelled. That's all I can do. Yeah. As you can probably tell, I'm not best pleased. I was really, really, really looking forward to the Vape Expo in October. Really looking forward to it. And now it's just gone. Cancelled. Not postponed, cancelled. Gone. Never to be heard from again. And possibly not to be heard from in May either. Because this cancellation has blindsided and pissed off a lot of major brands who may or may not attend the May one, from what I'm hearing. Even the big brands in the middle of the floor. Yeah. WWF will be there because he's at every single expo. Yeah. Right. But yeah, that's basically it. They've basically gone like that to the entire industry. You was all looking forward to this? Ha! We're going to make you lose money. We're going to make you lose hundreds. And if you're an exhibitor or a vendor, we're going to make you lose thousands. Yeah, that's basically what they've done. They've just gone like that. That's what they've done. Yeah. Right, let's talk about some happy news, I think, because I know I have mentioned in previous ones I did injure this arm. It's getting better, slowly. Still got no grip strength, getting there though. Common term is tennis elbow, but in reality I tore multiple tendons. It's getting better, slowly. But when I was injured, I was not replying to comments at all. I used to love replying to comments, and when I was waiting for this to get better, I've not been replying to comments. Now that it's better, I am going to start doing that again. So I'm going to start commenting again. And I've also took up another project because I was off work for a while. Like, not in my day job for a while because of the arm. I took up writing. I started writing a story. And I actually like it. I'm pretty pleased with it. So it's going through editing now. I've finished the story. It's turned into a bit of a novel. It's like 890 odd pages long by the time I've finished it. But it's going through editing now. And then it might end up getting published. I mean, yeah, so I could be a published author in a few months' time. We'll see. But yeah, things are looking up with that. I mean, it's got nothing to do with vaping. I was off work. I had an injured arm. Let's think of something highly controversial to write about. Make it all up. It is a fiction. It's not factual. It's a fiction. I've made it all up. It's just a story. But it's like, let's think of something controversial and write a story about that. And the next thing you know, hang on, I put the first, I think it was the first 15 chapters on Wattpad. And now the full manuscript is in the hands of a publisher. And it's like, what? I'm not quite sure. But yeah. So there you go. Maybe a few months' time, I might have a book. Yeah, so there's something good, maybe. I don't know. A little bit of a happier note there. I was just bored being off work. Next thing you know, it's with a publisher getting edited. I don't know if they will actually take it up. That's the caveat. I don't know if they'll actually move forward with it after it's been edited, but they're editing it. Yeah, a little bit of happy news. There we go. And that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all I've got. I just wanted to rant about the Vape Expo for a bit. And I'm really pissed off with them. Because even to me, it's like I said, I'm down 330 quid. I'm very fortunate that I can absorb that. A lot of people who were attending, because I speak to other people who go, not to exhibit or be a vendor, other people like me who just go and attend, they've lost money as well. And it's money that they couldn't really afford, but they wanted to go. They are now out of that money. And I'm also fortunate that I've been able to move my hotel booking to the May dates and get those dates off work as well. Because a lot of people can't do that. So technically I've not lost the 200 and something pound I paid for the hotel, because I've just shifted the booking over. But if they cancel May, then I do lose that money. The other 40 quid for the NEC parking, I'm going to have to absorb that. If they cancel May, I'm going to have to absorb that as well. The 30 quid for the hotel parking, that's the only one I got back, 30 quid. I'm still fighting with the NEC to get that 40 odd pound back. But I'm not holding out much hope of getting that back. I'm not. So it's a cost I'm just going to have to absorb. Yeah. Right, I think I've ranted enough. I'll give you my little good news. I'll give you the reason why I've not been replying to comments all that often. And good news, maybe. So, I don't know. Keep an eye out, because in a few months' time, I might pop up in a video going, by the way, buy this book. I wrote it, and it's shit. I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the story. It's a good story. I like the story. I'm not going to spoil it. You're going to have to go and buy the book. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you anything. It's going to stay a secret until I know what's happening with the publisher, whether they're going to move ahead after it's been edited. And then we'll see. If they do decide to move ahead after it's been edited, then I might let you know. You know what I will say though, right? Because I started writing this little book thing, and I started putting it on Wattpad. Do you know, you can write your own stories and publish them and whatever else. And the version on Wattpad is the pre-edit version. So it's the version what the publisher found, and then I sent the manuscript to. And so the book what comes out will be basically the same as what's on Wattpad, but different, because it's going through editing. It's getting professionally cleaned up, because I'm not a writer. I'm not a professional author. It's just, I'm a little bit amazed that someone actually read it. But yeah, there we go. Stuff happens. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go, because if I don't go now, I'm going to keep you here for the next hour. And I doubt my phone has enough storage for that. So I'm going to go. I'm going to see you later. And yeah. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the like and comment as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for listening to me rant. And okay, bye.